Coming up tonight, it won't be business as usual for lion dance performers this Chinese New Year, with limits on troop size and where they can perform.
A trailer lorry hit a flyover on the AYE this morning, causing huge traffic jams. The driver has been arrested.
And making history on top of the world, this team of climbers are the first to summit K2 in winter. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Dylan Ang.
Good evening, I'm Chao Suan. Chinese New Year is just around the corner, but many are already bracing themselves for a far more muted celebration than usual. Even more so as news that the CNY favourite, lion dance, will also be facing restrictions this year. The Singapore Wushu Dragon and Lion Dance Federation announced that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of performers will be kept at 8, and the types of venues allowed to host the dances will also be restricted.
What's more, lion dance performances are prohibited at markets, food centres, coffee shops, HDB and private residences and other locations where it is difficult to control crowds. The Federation anticipates a 70% drop in business for the troops. Dragon dances are not allowed as they usually require more than 8 people.
You know, I see why these restrictions are necessary, but it's such a disappointment. I look forward to lion dance every year.
Well, not something I normally do, but what about you?
You know, I think you might love it. These videos behind us are of my family celebrating Chinese New Year, and we all get so excited for the lion dance. Now, on to other news. A mass exercise to vaccinate 37,000 frontline workers in the aviation and maritime sectors got underway today.
According to Transport Minister Ong Ye Kung, the exercise is said to be completed within 2 months. Fazana Friday has the details.
This is Terminal 4's arrival hall like you've never seen before, a large-scale venue for people to be vaccinated against COVID-19 as part of Singapore's nationwide vaccination drive. Currently, it can house up to 2,000 people every day, but it can be modified to house up to 4,000. Throughout this week, 7,000 aviation workers will receive their shots here. Run by Raffles Medical, this vaccination centre has 27 vaccination stations and 3 waiting points. The aim is to keep the total time it takes for each person to under an hour, including the 30 minutes of observation time needed to ensure that there are no adverse effects. Terminal 4 is one of 2 vaccination centres that are already operational. The other is at Raffles City Convention Centre, where maritime workers are getting their jabs. During a visit to the centre today, Transport Minister Ong Ye Kung received his first dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine in a show of solidarity for the aviation sector.
It's a very important step for us to revive the aviation industry. We all know that the aviation industry is decimated by COVID-19, but we must have the determination that when the crisis passes, Singapore will be an aviation hub of the region and the world again. Because imagine 37,000 frontliners, if they are vaccinated substantially, our seaport, our airport, whoever comes through will know that it is safe, our people are cohesive, and we work as a team. This is a huge advantage in terms of our brand name.
Priority will be given to the 20,000 frontline aviation workers who have direct contact with travellers from high-risk countries. These include airline crew, cleaners, baggage handlers and security screeners. Fazana Friday for the Straits Times.
The national vaccination drive is getting the backing from one major employer. OCBC Bank said its staff in Singapore will have their medical consultation fees reimbursed if they develop side effects from the vaccine. They'll also get a day off on the day they receive the jab and be allowed to work from home for 1 week after receiving the vaccine. Staff will also receive private taxi reimbursement to and from vaccination clinics and an additional 2 days of medical leave without having to provide a medical certificate in the event of side effects.
Now, new COVID-19 numbers in Singapore are at their lowest in more than 2 weeks. A total of 14 new cases were reported today. They included 2 infections in the community. The remaining 12 were imported.
The mother and sister of a girl who was raped and murdered in 1995 say police have told them that the case is not closed. After a visit to the Criminal Investigation Department today, Madam Ang Gun Lei and Ms. Lim Jia Hui say their quest for justice continues for Lim Xiao Rong, who was 7 when she died. Before Ms. Lim was shown the crime scene photos, an officer warned her that the images could be distressing.
The way my sister died was really horrible. You can imagine how bad it was. For someone to beat up a 7-year-old so badly, what pain she must have experienced. If it was one of your children, I don't think you could have accepted it. Because if it was my own child, I probably couldn't have taken it either.
Her body was found the morning after in a drain near Jalan Woodbridge. The mother and sister said they will not stop seeking justice for her.
Let's take a look at what's been trending on social media. Goods on a trailer lorry hit the top of a flyover today, causing congestion along a section of the Ayer Rajah Expressway that lasted several hours. The 4.5-metre high flyover is situated near the Clementi Avenue 2 exit towards the Marina Coastal Expressway. Police said they were alerted to the incident at 7:07 a.m. and that no injuries were reported. The driver, a 45-year-old man, has been arrested. Investigations are ongoing.
Events leading up to Joe Biden's inauguration this week are taking all over the US and the world, including Singapore. Today, a group of Americans distributed more than 300 care packs to needy families at a rental block here as part of a National Day of Service in the US organized by the Presidential Inaugural Committee for Mr. Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. It was the first of such initiatives to be organized outside the US in collaboration with the PIC. The packs, purchased with about $10,200 donated over the past week by Americans living in Singapore, consisted of rice, Milo, detergents and toiletries.
In tennis news, it looks like the Australian Open situation is getting worse. 4 more participants, including 1 player, have tested positive for COVID-19. Health authorities have now reported a total of 9 infections among arriving passengers, with all passengers on 3 charter flights sent into hard quarantine. They include more than 70 players who are unable to train for 14 days ahead of the year's first Grand Slam, scheduled to begin on February 8th. In football, Lionel Messi has been sent off for the first time in his Barcelona career as Athletic Bilbao stunned the Catalans 3-2 to win the Spanish Super Cup. In his 753rd appearance for the club, the Argentine swung at forward Asier Vallalibre in the final seconds of extra time, an incident spotted by VAR. It was only Messi's 3rd red card in his entire career. The other 2 were when playing for Argentina in 2005 and 2019. He could now be banned for at least 4 domestic games, with Super Cup suspensions carrying over to league and cup matches.
Now, in case you missed it, brutal conditions did not stop some Nepali climbers from setting a new world record by scaling the deadly K2, the world's 2nd highest mountain in winter. The group of 10 Sherpas worked closely across their separate teams to complete this record-setting achievement. The K2, which is only 200 meters shorter than Everest, straddles the Pakistan-China border and is one of only 14 mountains higher than 8,000 meters.
It is widely considered the most demanding of all in winter and has been described as a savage mountain that tries to kill you. One of the 10, mountaineer Nirmal Purja, a former member of the UK's Special Boat Service, shared an image of the group celebrating their achievement, which was confirmed by expedition organizer 7 Summit Treks. That wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening and we'll see you tomorrow.